It's Week 10 of the NFL, and we'll be watching Levante David. He was terrific defensively last week with 11 tackles. It's the Colts and the Raiders, and it comes your way next.
Well, even with all the buildings along the Las Vegas Strip and all the action here, this is one of the city's biggest attractions. Allegiant Stadium, opened back in 2020. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Las Vegas Raiders. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And the offense, my goodness, over 50 points in the win last weekend. When you do that, you're not going to lose very many games, maybe not any games.
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. Leading them out, Trey Lance, now in his second season out of North Dakota State.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost,
right out of the gates, Lance going to the air. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Lance to throw it. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Max Crosby make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And he's all the way across the 50 before he's finally pushed out of bounds. As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They will run for the first time with David Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good, too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. Lance going to try and throw on 3rd down here. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Hustling through to break that play up, Max Crosby.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Shotgun now for Lance. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 15-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence and allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on 3rd down. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together to watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. McPherson's kick is good. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
What a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. So the Raiders backed up here to begin their first drive. They're led out by Kirk Cousins, former Michigan State product, who's now in his 11th NFL season.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take...
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he'll be taken down at the 18. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. On play action, Cousins. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Cousins throw here into the hands of Jones. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins will find Jones again, complete. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Well, that That's not just his first, not his second, already his third completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
Second quarter from Vegas, the homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Mostert. And this carry, despite the good move, will be stopped short of the 10. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A first carry for Samaje Perine. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Cousins to throw it. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Myles Garrett able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So matching field goals on our opening 2 drives.
Yeah, it feels like 2 boxers feeling each other out here in the early going of the game, right? Exchanging some jabs, but none of the heavy stuff just yet.
Each team with a possession, each team with a field goal as the kick is away. Now to return it, here's Kenyon Drake. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the... On play action, Lance. This one swung out to Montgomery. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. From the 27, Lance got his man there complete to Gallup. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Working from the gun. Lance looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 45 on 2nd down, Lance. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 32-yard line. 23 yards to pick up there.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 32-yard line. Throwing now is Lance. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. To throw, it's Lance. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
I think the best offenses love to give the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Raiders are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, turnovers, obviously, Charles, always costly, but, man, when you throw those interceptions in the end zone like that, it really stings.
He tried to fit that one into his tight end, and I often use the expression NFL open, which means a tighter window. Down near the goal line, you really want him to be open. In this case, it cost him.
Following the interception, Cousins. And this is caught. Mercedes Lewis with a grab.
Mercedes Lewis. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lewis. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
That's good for Las Vegas.
Cousins on 1st down. This is Cobb, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and the Colts pick it up. And they are going to score on the fumble return. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler. Evan McPherson now for the PAT. And it is up.
The kick is good.
And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now.
Raiders 3.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Raider offense heading back for one final first-half drive. And the ball back. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. Final play of the half. Cousins completing it here to Marvin Jones. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll get started out at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, where you see the final score there. Joe Burrow, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And this one going the visitors' way, as the Cardinals have the lead in that one. Allen Lazard, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Aaron Rodgers, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Colts. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they too didn't throw the ball as well as they would have liked. And I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3.
Charles, it'll be interesting.
third quarter starts with a run from Mostert. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of run, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. 3rd down now. And those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Gets past 1 man. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So here are the Colts to take over. They're on. Lance now on 1st down. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The former 3rd overall pick, Quentin Williams there to bring him down.
Down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. We need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And the Raiders pick it up. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
Well, that's the down and distance coaches always talking about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yeah.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. Over the middle, complete. It's Lewis. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cobb. And the Raiders are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Here's Cousins. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. P-Ryan is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. To throw is Cousins. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Tucker's kick is good. And that'll bring him back within 4. They come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. But CD's second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would like 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the field. On first down, Lance. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. On second down, Montgomery. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Here's Lance. And that is incomplete. The Colts send out their punter as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. A first down throw for Cousins. Crossing right, and he hits his man. It's Jones. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Cousins a handoff. This is Pirine. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Jones has it. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. He'll get it inside the 20. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
He used the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. A 2nd down throw for Cousins. Flushed out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This will be a 34-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Play action, now it's Lance. And incomplete on the deep ball. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Throwing is Lance on 3rd down. Now the ball comes loose, and the Raiders pick it up. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were up there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. Cousins gives this to Pirine, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Cousins now. He's got Lewis. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. To throw, Cousins. Completes it left side to the tight end Lewis. And he's going to have the Raiders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Cousins. And he's got it. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock, and a tight 1-point game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field, and he's in! Touchdown, Raiders! Samaje Pirine, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken a 4th quarter lead. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind-melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Cousins to throw. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is a big target tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. So the Colts now trailing. Here's Lance. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just working the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. Out to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. First down now, but that clock rolling. Now Lance. And he finds Montgomery complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Lance trying to urge his offense to go quickly. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Lance looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Lance back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Colts moving quickly here in the hurry-up offense. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Raider D, they get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones jubilant.
Down to a knee here. The defense with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18.
You showed up right at the end of the game. So that'll give you 2 hours to know if you want.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Let's see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So for Las Vegas, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll try again next week at home.
Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate you.